Welcome back to my video tutorials. I want to look at a new software called a Notetalker. Now I'm not on the iPad currently, but you can get this on the iPhone, Android phones, and you can download the free version of the app that limits the amount of time you can record, but you can also download the full version as you can see there for £9.99. You can also buy the software for your Windows or Mac operating systems, and how it works is you can be in a meeting, lecture or interview or just recording audio information, and once you've done that we can then upload them to your cloud, be it Dropbox and iCloud on the ISO or Dropbox and Google Drive on Android. Then you download them onto your software, be it on your Mac or Windows. So let's get straight down to it and see how good it is. Once you start the app, you can see you get this straightforward window here. Top right hand corner you can change the display with the light bulb. Click it once, gives you a white background. Click it again, gives you a darker background. Now that might vary because some people find the white background can hurt their eyes. I prefer the black background because it makes the yellow stands out better for me to see what I'm doing. So what I'm going to do is go over the basics first by going to the bottom right hand corner, and you see a little cog. This is your settings button. Tap that. Now you need to set up before you actually start recording. Now as you see at the top we've got select audio quality. Currently it's on high quality and it tells you how much recording time you've got left, in this case 72 hours 56 minutes. If you want excellent recording quality, then I would put it up to CD quality, click OK, and that will give a better recording for you in real time. Again, depending on what you're doing, if it's just personal and you're talking into it close, I'll probably use low quality because it's not an issue then and there's no other noises to worry about. But I'm going to select CD quality and click OK once you select it. Also near the bottom you've got select audio format. Currently we have WAV and MP4. WAV is uncompressed and MP4 is compressed. What that means is you're meant to get a better quality with WAV sound than you do with MP4, which means the WAV sound will be bigger than the MP4. Now unless you've got really good quality output for sound, you probably won't notice much difference between WAV and MP4. But if space is an issue, then select MP4. You might have less storage space on your Dropbox or your iCloud. Click OK and that will put it in MP4 format for you. Last of all is your Dropbox status. Now currently I've already set this up to be used with Dropbox. Now I can unlink that by clicking the right button and then it'll be unlinked, and I can choose another cloud to upload it to. Now I can use iCloud on ISO as well. On Windows I could use Google Drive, which has a lot of free storage, and Dropbox as well. So Dropbox is generic between the two. Next is our I option for information. Now you've got tutorials online, you've got email support if there's any problems, you've also got Notetalker website. Now if I click on the Notetalker website, this is where you can buy Notetalker for Windows and Mac. So come to the website, have a little look if you decide to purchase it. But I'm going to go back to the app. I'm going to select the third option, which is your folder. And this is where you save your files to that you've recorded. Not just your audio files, you can also take snapshots of slides. You can also take picture snapshots if you require as well. Now currently all I've got is business and personal. But if I click the top left hand corner, select plus, and then I can add another folder there if I want. So I could put in minutes for work and I will select add. So that add another folder. So definitely use that to organise all your recordings. Finally, go to the left, and this is my recording option. So I'll start recording my audio. Now, top left hand corner, if I click that, it's for headphones. So if you plug your headphones into your iPad or your iPhone or Android phone or whatever phone you're using, then use that option there. I'm going to click OK. But what I want to do is actually start recording. Now, when I start recording, see the bars at the top? You'll see green coming from left to right. That indicates it's picking up the sound. And the red part indicates distortion. On the right hand corner little book, you can add bookmarks or chapters to your audio file. You might want to use it for key moments within a speech, or it could be just to separate topics or slides. That's entirely up to you how you use that. On the left is taking snapshots or photos. For example, you could be in a lecture and there could be a PowerPoint up that you need to take a quick snapshot of. Just point it, take a snapshot, and that will add it to the audio file. So it's a great way to organise. Now see the middle option where you've got CD. Now when we go back to bottom right hand corner settings, and you can see I chose CD quality, hence it's on CD. But if I choose high quality, click OK, then click the button on the left to go back, you can see it's now high. So I'm going to have a go at recording now. So I'm going to press the middle button to start recording, and you can see it's starting to record with the time on top. I can stop it underneath, but if I also press the same button with the vertical lines, it will then pause it for me. So if I click it now, That way it keeps it as the same file. If I kept clicking stop, record, you end up with fragmented files. So make sure you use the pause in the correct way. I'm going to click the button again, it's going to start recording. Now I'm going to add a bookmark, so say something important's come up. So to the right I'm going to click the bookmark button and it'll bring up a little window so I can rename the bookmark. Now in the background you see it's still recording, so you're not missing anything important, and click add. So there's my first bookmark and it's carry on recording. Again, I might want to take a snapshot. I can do that by clicking a button on the left, click it once and it then asks you to access your camera on your phone or iPad or photo library. So I'm going to select photo library and I'm just going to add any photo there. I should use my dog, though it's not very relevant. And you can see on the left it's now added. But if I click the camera one again, and you might want to take a snapshot, so I'll select camera. And as you can see, I've just taken a snapshot of a mad image that I got off a student a few months ago. So I can choose whether to use that photo or retake it. So bottom right hand corner, I'm happy with that, so I'm going to select use photo. And you can see I've now got two photos to the left. And you can see now how I'm gathering all my information from my recordings. Now I'm ready to stop. I can click the stop button underneath the pause button one, and it asks me at the bottom whether I want to save it with the tick or trash it. Or I can click the play button and play it back again if I wish. So I'm going to click play, and as I click the play button it starts playing back. It gives me a graphic equalizer, so as I'm playing it back I can start playing around with the settings by dragging it up or down to get the sound just right how I want that. Also, if I drag this bar down here, it's for your sound all the way down or all the way up. So I'm happy with that, so I'm going to click the stop button. And I'm now going to select the little tick bottom left hand corner to accept the recording. Now, you remember when I created a folder earlier called Minutes for Work? And now I'm going to give this a name and I'm going to save it in that folder. I'm just going to call this item 1, and then I choose where I want to save it to. So I'm going to tap Minutes for Work and then click save. It's going to ask me what I'd like to do next. Would I like to play back the sound by clicking the left button? Would I like to record something else with the middle button? I'm going to go to my folder options to choose another folder. But I'm going to click the first option to go back to play it back. Before I play it back though, I've got an option underneath. You see where the stop button has now changed. Now if I click that button, that gives me an option where I'd like to upload my recordings to. So if I click it once, Dropbox or iCloud. And you know I set up Dropbox earlier at the beginning, but again I could choose iCloud, put my information in, it automatically come up and I can upload it to iCloud. But I'm happy with Dropbox, so if I select Dropbox you can see it's now starting to upload to my Dropbox account, which then I can access later. So if I click OK, that is now uploaded to my Dropbox. Now if I click play again, I'm going to use the option here, bookmark on the right. And if I tap it once it says show bookmarks, so I'm going to select show bookmarks, and it shows me where I created my bookmark, what time. In this case I only created the one of 5 seconds. Right click done and go back. Again, as it's playing back I'm going to select my photo option, and again I can select show attachments and it will show me all my attachments and photos that I've added, and click back. This all gets exported to Dropbox and you can import it into your Windows or Mac version of Notetalker. Now see these buttons to the right and left. If I click the left button it jumps back, click the forward button, it will then jump to your first index button or your bookmark button. So if you've got none of those bookmark buttons you can jump back and forth quickly to the points you created them. But I'm going to click the pause button to stop, and I'm going to go to my folder button at the bottom quickly, and I'm now going to delete the Minutes for Work option because I've already uploaded it to Dropbox. But obviously check before you actually delete it just to make sure it's in your Dropbox account. So to delete that item, to delete that option, come to the right of your iPad or phone, then drag, and then you can select the delete button to get rid of it. Then click back to my folders and you can go back to start recording another option if you need to. So that's how easy it is to use. I'm going to top left hand corner to come out of new note if I want to create a new one. Next I'm going to use the Windows and Mac version of Notetalker Edit. See you in a jiffy. Hi, I'm on Windows 10 and I'm using Notetalker Edit, and you see in my previous tutorial I was using Notetalker App on the iPad and I recorded some information, and I'm going to take that and we export it to Dropbox, and now I'm going to access it through Dropbox through Windows 10, import into Notetalker Edit, and then manipulate and use those files how I want. Before I start, I need to change the interface because I don't like that colour. So top left hand corner, if I hover over, you've got a colour option. Click it once, and that white's a bit fierce, so I'm going to select the second option down for me, and that gives me a nice yellowy colour. Next I'm going to choose the import button, so select the folder, and I'm already in my Dropbox folder. Now if you're lost, click the home button and look for your Dropbox folder, open it up, and then select your folder which is apps, which is for your Notetalker, open it up, and you see Converser Notetalker, open it up and choose your file, bottom being the most recent. So if I open my most recent one, which I just did, was just minutes for work, and item 1. Now before I carry on, let me explain these options at the top here. This is to save a current project you're doing, and file, click save as, and when you save, check where you're saving it to, because it will go straight to my minutes for work folder that I've created in my Notetalker Dropbox. So click home and choose where you want to save that to by creating a directory. Really important. You can print out your work there, including your images here and your text you've typed out for revision by clicking the print option, or you can trash what you've got, which will delete it. On the right you've got your volume on the playback feature. This is for an update to get the latest version. This will give you online demos, so if I click it once it will go online to YouTube.
Welcome to Notetalker.
And give you a quick video on how to use that. Also you've got information about Notetalker Edit, click on it, including the version, you can email them, and also their website, and they're all hyperlinks by clicking on them. Click OK. The middle option is your playback, your pause, and bookmarks. So you can add bookmarks if you're doing a new project, or you're currently playing back a project but you might want to add a bookmark afterwards. Also you can jump to your bookmarks using this option forward, and jump back through your bookmarks using that option. And this is to record. Now if you're on a desktop PC, make sure you've got an external mic plugged in. If you're on a laptop, then it's not an issue, you normally use the internal mic. Down here on your left is your formatting options, including your fonts. You can have all caps on, bold, italicize, handy option. You can reduce font size or increase font size quickly. You also have search in text box, which is really good when you're looking for specific information. Also mathematical keyboard, and you can use this if you're doing equations and stuff by clicking on the symbols you require there. This is your spell check, do a spell checker. Also you've got highlight text, you might want to highlight text for a specific reason, be it important information or stuff you need to remember. This you can change the bookmark background colours, so the colours here you can change them individually if need be. On the right you have your rotate image, so if I click on my image there and click rotate, you see it turns it around. Then click OK, click the one you want to rotate again, and click it again, and you go all the way back round again, just in case you need to position something. You can trash your image with that option there, or you can zoom in, so click zoom in, images straight up so you can see them both clearly. Click the minus and it brings you back out again. You can upload an image you might have on your PC or your Mac, or you can upload PowerPoints. I'll show you that later as well. We also have an option you can filter bookmark according to flag colour, so you can filter what you need. So for example, as I show that option later, you can change background colours, then you can filter those colours out to choose exactly what you want and what you might be working on. And it's a good way to filter information so you can see what you need to do. Next option is recording your own voice, and this is to join merge recordings. You might have fragmented recordings, be it from lectures or meeting and minutes, you want to join them together, and that option will open up a display, that option will open up a window where then you can join two files together as one. In the middle is the total time of the recording, and on the right is how far it is into that recording. So next what we're going to do, we're going to play that back, and you can add notes. So if I click the playback button, you can click into your first bookmark and start adding notes if you require. But what happens if you're playing it back, you've only got one bookmark at the beginning and you actually want loads of bookmarks? Well, I could click pause or leave it playing and then add a bookmark here. So I want to add a bookmark of 13 seconds in, it could be important information. Again, you need to rename that. I just call it important 2, and you can even add a bookmark text in there. And click save. and now I've added a second bookmark. So you can do that all the way through. You might click through and decide you need to add another one, and again you go through the process again, and you can add additional information and click save. It's a great way to organise all your recordings and information. Now it's in number 3 bookmark, it says number 3 there. I might want to add an image to bookmark 3. So I could come up and click plus, find an image. So I'm just going to grab an image, any image will do. Pictures folder, photo stream, and I'm going to put an image out. And there we go. I've now got my 3 images and my text. Also, if you want to move an image, you might decide actually I need to swap these two. This hand graphic needs to be on my first slide. Well, left clicking, you see that yellow border, then go up to where you want to put it and do a right click and select drop image or recording, and I'm going to drop the image into there. And I can do the same with that, left click it, then right click and choose where I'm going to drop it to, and click yes to order. You can do that with recordings as well, quite easy. You can also trash what you don't want by using the trash button there that will delete the whole bookmark for you. But remember, that deletes the whole bookmark. If you want to individually delete an image, click on it and select the trash button at the top right hand corner to individually delete an image. Also, so you could be adding notes into here. Here's my main notes in bookmark 1. You might decide each bookmark might need a different colour depending on what it represents. So if I click into bookmark 2 and I use this option here, I can change the colour of that bookmark. So you might make that a bluey colour so it stands out, depending on what you use your colour banding for. Now, as I said earlier about using the filter option, if I hover back over here, we can actually filter out bookmarks according to colours. So if I left click it, so say you only want your blue one, so if I select filter, blue, and select the filter button, it then filters out only the blue bookmarks. Again, go to filter, you might only want to filter the yellow one, then click filter. Again, you might want to filter more than one, so I might also want to filter and just leave the blue and yellow. And if you want to go back to show all your bookmarks, unselect them and select filter at the bottom, and that will bring them all back for you. That's a great option to separate information and find out what you're looking for. So using that filter option with the bookmark colours, and also using the option here to search for text in bookmarks, can be really powerful options when you're looking for information, as well as organising with Notetalker. If I click on the third bookmark, make sure you click on it, you can see the yellow border comes round it. I can then select and change the colour for that bookmark as so. Also, you can even highlight and change the colour of individual text that you want to highlight. So if I highlight that line there, come to the A option, and I can choose a colour there to make stuff stand out as well. Also, using your formatting options, you can choose your font here. You might want Arial Black, or you might decide you want caps all on as you type. Then you can select that button to turn caps on. You might want to bold that. You might want to italicise it. In fact, you might even want to make it larger, and that will make it larger, and that will bring it down again. Also, you might decide you actually want to search for a certain bit of text in your bookmarks. So if I'm looking for the word really, type it in and select find next, and you can see it's highlighted it straight to the bottom, really. So if that word was there multiple amount of times, it would highlight them all, and then I can select find next and it jumped to every individual word, hence for you to look for keywords and information. Also here we have mathematics keyboard, so if you've got equations to do and you're doing a maths degree or physics, that could come in really useful by selecting what you want there. And this is your spell check, so let's try it out. So let's create a spelling error in important, and I want to select the ABC spelling option, and you can see it's jumped straight there and highlighted it. It's given the option to change it to, because that's the nearest suggestion. Make sure you've got your correct language there as well. If I'm happy with that, if not I could change it. I'm happy with important, and I can click change. Now if you've made that spelling incorrect for your whole document, or you've missed out the R in important, then you'd have the option here of change all, and that will make the spelling correct for your whole document, so you don't have to do it individually. Really handy option as well. Also, you might want to ignore a word if it's a name or an acronym or an abbreviation of some kind, you can put it. Or if you want to add it to your vocabulary, you can click add to your user directory, so that way it won't come up as a spelling error. But as that's the correct spelling changed to, and it's only the once, I'm going to click change, and that's my spelling done. Now as you notice when I change the colours of the bookmarks as well, look at the top. They've also changed at the top here in the timeline, which is really handy so you can see the colour coding that you're using. That's how easy it is. Use Notetalker app on the iPhone, Android, iPad. Record meeting notes, lectures or your own audio, then upload it to Dropbox or iCloud or Google Drive, and then importing it into your Notetalker editor. But what I'm going to do quickly is I'm going to come up to the top and I'm going to select the trash button and select yes to delete the whole lot. What happens if you want to create? Well, no problem as well. See to the right here, we have a P option for PowerPoint. So first all we need is some audio before we can import the PowerPoint. So let's go up into the option here and let's find a bit of audio. So I'm going to go back to my Dropbox account. So click home, Dropbox, apps, find your folder. So I'm opening up this one, see what we've got there. That will do, there's 2 minutes and 12. So what I might here, I'm going to go to the image and I'm going to say, actually I don't need that image, so I'm going to trash it. And click yes. I'm actually going to import some PowerPoints. So select P, and let's find some PowerPoints. So I believe I've got some on my desktop. And there it is. So I'm going to import that now from PowerPoint into my Notetalker edit on my Windows 10. And there we go, there they are. As I only created 2 bookmarks, 1 and 2, then it's only going to give me 2 bookmarks to put the slides in. But if you was actually doing that with your app, then you create separate bookmarks, so when you import your PowerPoints, they will be then synced to your actual bookmarks. So I can change them around if I want, like I did before, or if I right click them as well, or if I highlight that one and do a right click, I could add an image or PowerPoint file there, add a recording in your voice, or drop an image or recording if I need to. So see, I've got 4 more slides here, so I can actually come to the top here. I've got 2 bookmarks, I could even add another bookmark. So if I click play, and I can move the audio to here, click pause, listen to it and add another bookmark. And we call that slide 4. Add some text if you want, some information, click save and click OK. And now we have slide 4. And you can see they move down with it, the images. See, the PowerPoints then move down with it as well. So when you are recording a lecture, for example, make sure you bookmark every time you turn the slide by clicking the bookmark button, and that way when you import your PowerPoints, they will then go to every individual bookmark. Then you can click into them, for example here, and you can click on what bookmark you want and listen to the audio there, and then type up your notes. Really simple, really effective. And once you've got your notes up, then you can use the print option to enable you to print out your PowerPoints with also your notes. Well, there's a quick overview of using Notetalker app and Notetalker edit on the Windows. Download the demo and have a little play with it and see what you think. Thanks for watching.